Welcome to the Create Your Holistic Lifestyle Show. Discover with us and enjoy our holistic resources. Join us weekly on Wednesdays for our live talk show discussing the topics central to maintaining the holistic lifestyle you want. Each week we bring on leaders, product providers, and educators to enlighten and empower your natural journey in wellness. Let us begin.
Welcome to another fabulous Wellness Wednesday here, broadcasting to you live on Interlight Radio, known as the Healing Frequency. This is the Create Your Holistic Lifestyle Show. We are here each and every Wednesday from 11 a.m. to 12 noon Pacific Standard Time. Our Facebook page is Create Your Holistic Lifestyle Show. Once again, Create Your Holistic Lifestyle Show. Our website is createyourholisticlifestyle.com. Once again, createyourholisticlifestyle.com. How you doing, Dr. Rabb?
I'm doing good for a middle-aged man, and I had a nice program this morning, and I really feel that my cognition is improving, because when I can go through a 1 hour program without biting my tongue, that's telling me something.
That's always a wonderful thing, Doc. That's always a wonderful thing. I'm glad.
Yeah.
Okay, we're getting some feedback. Someone might be on the phone and have a radio in the background. If you're on the phone, you do not have to have us in the background. Getting a feedback. Whoever that is, they can turn off the radio part and just use your phone part, if that's the case. Okay, listen, our show is live, so we're here. Call-in number is 310-928-7733. Once again, 310-928-7733. And if you have any questions you want to call in, we'd love to have them. Dr. Rabb, we've got a very interesting show today. Cryotherapy, this is going to be something I'm interested in and learn all about. So this will be a very interesting topic. Are you familiar with it at all?
I've heard of it, but not, nothing major.
Okay. Someone still has that in the background. I don't know if they've got 2 units going, if they're on the line, but we can hear that feedback. So if you can find a way to correct that, we'd greatly appreciate it. Okay. So, Dr. Rabb, what's been happening out here is we're entering into a world of a lot of heat, a lot of drought, and I think we're going to run into a few problems. What's your thoughts on that?
I think it's going to happen like that also. It's, things change to and fro and whatever and back and forth. But, we had a heat, looked like a heat wave at one point there. I mean, I was like sweating like, I don't know what. And now it's getting to the point where I can actually put my smock back on and my undershirt under, I can dress up like I need to. So how long that's going to last, I don't know. It might get worse. It may get better even. So, but yeah, I've noticed it very much so.
Yes, it's definitely changing times. I've never seen weather quite like we're having. Everything is erupting all at once. So we just had Puerto Rico, we've had Dominican Republic, and we've had Turk and Caicos. So this is going to be pretty interesting to see what's coming up with our weather here and how much it affects us. But the world is changing, so it's we need to take note exactly what's happening. That affects our food supply and many other things, our distribution of how we get around and move in the world. So very important we pay attention. And everyone, do stock up on your things that you need. You never know what's going to happen. Nothing's the same. All right, so listen, we're going to take our first commercial break. We can come back with our featured guest. We're going to get into this hot topic today. I definitely want to know what's happening in this field, and we have the pioneer, at least one of the pioneers in the particular space, so we have a lot to share. This is the Create Your Holistic Lifestyle Show. We'll be right back.
My name is Michelle. I am the beauty boss of A More Beautiful You with Jafra Cosmetics. What is so wonderful about Jafra is that it is an essential business and fits into everyday needs for everyone in your family. Jafra offers over 500 products within 4 departments, and they are, department number 1 is our skincare department with our 5 exclusive Royal Jelly skincare lines powered by our Royal Jelly RJX technology. Number 2 is our on-trend gorgeous color and makeup line, a must-see. Number 3 is our fragrance from the world's top perfumers. And department number 4 is our body care for the entire family. Just added is our daily advanced hand sanitizers in 2 sizes. I invite you to visit my website to see more of A More Beautiful You with Jafra. My website is www.amorebeautiful-u.com. That is www.amorebeautiful-u.com. Thank you and stay safe and well.
Welcome to the hemp industry, including new product CBD-based discoveries this year. It is a smart, organic personal care option today. Industrial hemp is one of the fastest growing segments of the wellness industry and is quickly emerging as a lucrative business opportunity for many. This emerging industry strives to create products that are designed to revolutionize the way people care for themselves. These products are well formulated to produce the finest quality of dietary supplements on the market, derived from industrial hemp containing proprietary CBD compounds that help support the body's endocannabinoid system. For more information regarding hemp, nano water soluble CBD, CBD pet care, CBD choices for your complete body, and receive your home delivery, visit the Lifestyle Store at www.createyourholisticlifestyle.com. Once again, the Lifestyle Store. It's at www.createyourholisticlifestyle.com. Health is the new wealth.
Hello, it's Dr. Vic. Finding the right supplement for your health can be very challenging. After years of research, I finally found the one supplement that made a difference. Fountain of Life, a Norwegian spruce extract. It's simply a game changer. Just 10 drops a day can make all of the difference. For more information, visit myopulence.com/Dr. Vic under health. That's myopulence.com/DRVIC. Fountain of Life is not a cure for any disease or ailment, but simply nature's powerful plant antioxidant. Stay well, my friends.
Since the 1800s, supplemental delivery methods have essentially stayed the same through capsules and powder. Nothing is wrong with this form, just like nothing was wrong with listening to music on a record player. These products encompass a breakthrough nanotechnology, breaking large particles down to increase the bioavailability and effectiveness of all of its products. Through my travels and journey with health and wellness, I needed to understand the body more. So a friend of mine recommended I understand glutathione. What is glutathione? Glutathione is the body's master antioxidant that impacts nearly every function in your body. It detoxifies your body's cells, and it also recycles itself to increase the effectiveness of other antioxidants, for example, vitamin C, D, etc. Glutathione is one of the most studied molecules in the world with over 165,000 studies on PubMed compared to vitamin C with only 69,000 studies. Would you like to know more? Visit www.createqualityoflife.com. Once again, www.createqualityoflife.com. There you'll find information in regards to glutathione and how it can possibly enhance the quality of your life. Health is the new wealth. All right, we're back. This is the Create Your Holistic Lifestyle Show. And we're going to be speaking with Antra Getzoff. She's the U.S. cryotherapy pioneer and holistic wellness expert. Antra, how are you doing?
I am fine. Greetings from Dubai. It's 10 p.m. and a little bit here, and I'm excited to talk about the topic that's so close to my heart.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Listen, it's a pleasure to have you on. We have not covered this subject in the past at all. Could you tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got into this particular field? Because I see it kind of bubbling up in the community.
Okay, so cryotherapy, if we talk about extreme colds, has been around since early 1990s, at least in the commercial space. But how I got into it, I was first a user. I just had left a very demanding job, and I felt like crap, and I had no energy, and I was struggling pulling myself together, and suddenly I had all time in my hands, and I found that special offer that there are 10 sessions of whole body cryotherapy for a very good price, and I decided to try it out. And I did, and I fell in love with it from the very first session. I did 10, then 10 again, and became a user. And then there was a very interesting sequence of events, how I introduced the treatment to a friend of mine who was visiting Latvia, where I'm from, American friend who loved it so much that he returned to the United States and then started calling me every other day, talking about me coming to the United States and starting this modality in the U.S. from scratch.
Yes.
And initially my reaction was, are you crazy or what? 7,000 miles? Why would I do that? And long story short, 3 months later, I landed in San Francisco with 2 suitcases and a non-existent market. There's no awareness at all to join a very small team of people who had a dream of introducing whole body cryotherapy to the U.S. market. That was 2010. So I am one of the so-called original gangsters. There are 4 of us, 3 males and 1 female, and still in the industry, and now it's a totally different field. So my first 8 years in the United States were years of introducing the market to it all and business development. So I was doing everything from talking about it, creating awareness, going to events, helping people to find equipment when there was interest born, and training people how to use that equipment and helping them set up their businesses. And then 8 years down the road, when the market in the United States had grown to 1,500 locations and booming, then I switched gears back to what I love doing more and moved away from equipment sales and into helping cryotherapy business owners really with everything, all the resources, all the information, all the training that they may need. So that is one of my businesses, and then one of my clients in my consulting business became my partner, and that is the reason why I'm here in Dubai. So I'm sitting on 2 chairs. I have a B2B business, which is based in the United States. And I have a B2C business where I am on the floor in a multi-modality wellness center 6 days a week, and get to provide these services to people and use them myself every single day. So life is good.
That's awesome. So can you explain to us exactly what cryotherapy is? What is it exactly?
So if we look at the term, then all it means, there are 2 Greek words. Cryo is cold and therapy is cure. So using cold for therapeutic purposes. But in that sense, how we talk about cryotherapy today, it is using extreme colds on entire body to wake it up for the best possible performance, wake up all the embedded possibilities of the body to regenerate, to heal, to cure itself, just a trigger. But the temperatures we are using during the treatments in this particular modality, there are several other uses of cold that we can talk about if we want to, but the cryotherapy chamber is minus 110 degrees Celsius, and you have to expose your pretty much naked body to it. So not really naked, but very close to that.
Okay, so and you have to forgive me. I'm a visual person, okay? So I'm going to ask questions that will give me some type of visual map of this. Okay, so Antra, I come in to see you, okay? And I want to better my health and better my body. What happens at that particular point? You do a questionnaire on me. Let us get an idea of how you work with people.
How we work with people is, first of all, those who have never heard of it or so, we do a little tour. We show them around and we explain them what is happening during the treatment. That usually happens standing in front of the chamber, which is basically like a big room filled with cold air. With a large window, you can see it through. You can open the door, try how cold it is, and so that is a little bit of education. In many cases, we have people who have heard about it already or who have tried it elsewhere, who just come to get the treatment. Because if you start doing it, I almost guarantee you fall in love with it, because you fall in love with how you feel after that. During the process, it may be a little challenging. It depends on how cold sensitive you are. I personally have that love-hate relationship with it, because every time when I have to get into that chamber, I think, oh my God.
Yeah, because normally people with arthritis...
3 more minutes of cold. But
a lot of people with arthritis...
you'll come back...
I was going to say that a lot of people with arthritis, the cold really messes with their arthritis. You know, when you get so cold. But maybe it doesn't affect it because you're standing still. You're in a still place.
Believe me or not, it started from a Japanese doctor using extreme cold on his arthritis patients. So it started as a medical, not really medical, yet performed by a doctor treatment for people suffering from arthritis. So it's not really true that everybody who has arthritis would react negatively. It's rather the way around. There is a lot of research that arthritis patients benefit greatly. Because it reduces inflammation and it reduces pain both immediately, that's through cold sensitivity reduction mainly, because cold is powerful analgesic, and in the long term through managing inflammation that's often fueling that pain. And we have seen even people, we don't guarantee it and we don't use medical terms ever, or give any promises, but we have seen people who go in total remission, who have been suffering from arthritis for years, and they lose symptoms completely. It obviously takes commitment and time, and coming back for 20, 30 more sessions, oftentimes over a period of many consecutive months. But it is proven to be pretty much remedy for arthritis, at least for symptoms of arthritis. I wouldn't say it heals or cures anything, because it doesn't. It's just a trigger for the body to perform better. At the same time, you are absolutely right. There are some people who are not really good candidates because they never fall in love with cold. There is also a possibility that you initially have a flare-up and then it goes down. So before it gets better, it gets a little worse. So we are prepared for that too. But in general, it's very good modality for people suffering from not only arthritis, but all kinds of joints and mobility issues.
So let me get back to my visual. So you go into a room or you go into some type of device. I'd imagine it'd probably be either or. And you're wearing clothes or no clothes, and then the temperature goes down to very, very low. Can you explain that to us? How does that work?
So it may differ. The experience differs depending on what type of device is used, because there are three types of whole body cryotherapy devices on the market. One looks more like a cylinder when your head is above the edge outside. Those devices are being cooled using liquid nitrogen vapors. So you're basically standing in a very cold cloud. It looks a little bit like a witch's cauldron, but you are like communicating with the outer world above that device and breathing normal room temperature air. That's necessary because you cannot really breathe nitrogen vapors. You would get dizzy from the process. But then there is a device where nitrogen is used as a coolant, but it does not get into the room where the person is standing. So it's used just to cool the air of the treatment room. And then increasingly so, because it's a pain in the ass to deal with nitrogen, more and more devices are fully electric devices. And what we use in our business here in Dubai, we have two different chambers. One of them is double room, one of them is single room, but doesn't matter. It's basically like a big freezer with a very precisely controlled temperature inside. So if you were in our main location, it's a double room chamber. You would first of all strip down to just shorts and socks and slippers and mask and headband and mittens. And then you would walk into a pre-chamber, which is minus 70 degrees Celsius. That is mainly to just give you those first 2 breaths or so to get used to what you are getting into. And then you open another door, and then you walk into the room, which is minus 110 degrees. And in that room, you spend anywhere between 3 and 4 minutes. Not more than that. It's very precisely timed, and what we are seeking during that 3 minutes extreme cold exposure is rapid skin temperature drop by at least 15 degrees Celsius. So it's 27, 30, 35 degrees Fahrenheit. And it is very important that the drop is rapid, because that is the trigger from the skin to the brain that something needs to be done about this environment. This is not normal for survival, and then that is exactly where the magic starts happening, because the body is built to withstand hots and colds and extremes in environments, and there are very powerful processes that the body possesses and can put to work to prevent the core temperature from changing, because that is what we need for all our internal processes to function properly. So skin temperature can go up and down, but core temperature must not. It needs to stay within that very narrow fixed range of less than 2 degrees, and that is what the body is working to protect. So because it is so cold, and there is that signal to the brain that it is too cold to survive, so the body goes into fight or flight modes. All your blood gets sucked into the core to take care of the core temperature to protect it from dropping. And during that process, while you are in there, you get better blood circulation around all your internal organs. All the systems get more oxygen, more nutrients. It's very beneficial for every major organ of the body. And once you step out, we strictly control the temperature so that it doesn't go too low. You don't get any frostbites or anything. So once the temperature reaches the skin temperature, I'm talking about around 8 degrees Celsius, it's time to come out. And then you come out, and the feeling is like sometimes when I talk to clients, I explain it that way. Imagine that you were chased on the street by a really angry, barking dog running after you, and your heart was pounding, and you were trying to escape, and suddenly the dog is gone. And what do you feel at that moment? It is like big relief, right? And that's exactly what happens to the body. Once you step out, the temperature surrounding the body is normal again. So that's... oh my God, it has passed, feeling stepped in, and endorphin release is one of the phenomena. There are more hormones involved, but endorphin is a feel-good hormone, and that makes you almost feel naturally high a little bit. It makes you very happy, and the blood rush back from the core to the peripherals to rewarm the skin, that's physically sensible rush of energy through the body. So there are two immediate effects after coming out of the cold chamber, and these are the two effects that people really fall in love with. So they are willing to survive those 3 minutes or whatever when you are like really talking to yourself. Okay, come in, you can do it. And when you come out, then you are the happiest person in the world for a little while. And then because of those benefits that kick in, immediate pain relief, energy, metabolism, rise, and so there are many other benefits that people notice and they want, so they come back. So if we talk about different holistic wellness modalities, whole body cryotherapy is really the most versatile. We even portion out the benefits when we talk to people, because when I start telling you that it's pain management, it's inflammation management, it's metabolism increase, it's energy, it's performance improvement, it's sleep improvement, and so on. There are like 20 different potential benefits that can be mentioned, and you start feeling like I am trying to sell a snake oil or something to you. We usually ask people, what are your main goals? And if it is performance, then we talk mainly about the benefits for performance and why it happens. If it is pain management, then we more concentrate on pain and so on, so that we don't sound like over-promising. But there are all these 20 plus different benefits to the body, just because it's such a powerful systemic reaction. There is nothing that the body wants more than survive. And in extreme environment, everything else goes, that survival instinct dominates. You probably have heard of cases when people get found in mountains after avalanches, after spending 3 days or so in snow, and they actually should be dead, but they are not. They may have lost a limb or so, but they are alive, and that is that process that keeps you alive. The body repurposes all the resources that it possesses to take care of what is most important, and survival is the most important thing. And the same thing, if we talk about stress management, for example, it's like you are stressed out, you're like crazy about what happened at work and so, and you are in this suddenly fight for survival, perceived fight for survival environment, and your stresses go away because the body only has this much energy to use, and it repurposes that energy and uses it only for what matters. And your stress is gone and done. And because of the endorphin release after the treatment, it doesn't come back easily either. So another reason why people come and love cryo.
Wow. This is very interesting. Dr. Rabb, any questions at this point?
No, but I recall years ago when I was much younger, I used to get into tubs, big tubs. I used to get in there and let folks put some ice cubes in there on me. And I mean, you didn't stay in there a long time, but man, it would like chill your body and your soul. But it did give
but
me
that
some,
is a different process.
Yeah. But I'm just saying those were some things that I was doing, just for the purpose of, I don't even remember all of what I was doing for now, but I know it did do something. Otherwise, I wouldn't have kept doing it. But right now at 80 years of age, I don't think I'll be getting into cold water.
But there are definitely benefits of using cold water, and you know, what's becoming increasingly popular, the cold water swimming, winter swimming, and things like that. But one thing that people do not understand in most cases, they call whole body cryotherapy, for example, like ice bath on steroids, which is not, because the process that gets initiated in the body is completely opposite initially. Only then, over time, the benefits start like getting more similar. But when you are plunging in cold water, it is not a threat for survival, not perceived by the body. It's just a discomfort. So the warmth is sent from the core to the peripherals to keep you warm and more comfortable. At the same time, cold water takes heat away from the body 25 times faster than cold air that we use during whole body cryotherapy treatment. So you feel much colder. It is much more painful, but the benefit is not there, because it's just like keeping you comfortable as much as possible. When you are in this unsurvivable, perceivably unsurvivable environment of minus 100 degrees and below, which is temperature lower than ever registered on Earth, then skin temperature drops so rapidly that the body does not have time and does not have desire to send any warmth to the peripherals. Exactly the opposite happens. All the warmth gets taken away from peripherals, because if there is a need to sacrifice something, that is what would be sacrificed first. And then in an ice bath, to get those benefits, when the cold really starts penetrating and reaching the muscle and delivering the recovery benefits. And so it's proven again scientifically that minimum is 10-12 minutes that you have to spend, depending on temperature of that water. So if it's just cold water, it's longer. If it's water filled with ice, it's a little less, but it's minimum 10 minutes you have to spend in it. In the dry environment we are using, it's just 3 minutes and you're done. And the feeling in cold water is like physically painful. Feeling in cold air is just imagine you are opening like a freezer and standing in front of a freezer. It doesn't feel as bad as if somebody poured a bucket of cold water on your head, right? Although the temperature in the freezer is lower than in that water bucket. So that's what we are playing around. And then there is a lot of kind of trendy stuff going on now here in deserts, for example. There are, instead of going to Bedouin camps, people go out in the desert and they plunge in those tubs filled with cold water. But that is all like, oh my gosh, it's cold. And then just jumping out like literally seconds later. The guys, that does nothing to you. Yes, there is some constriction, the dilation of blood vessels involved. But again, people do not understand the difference, for example, between like traditional Finnish sauna, when you sit in like really hot environments and then you plunge in cold water, then you go back into the sauna. I can talk about it because I'm from Latvia and I grew up in that environment, like just next door from Finland, where people do like the traditional sauna at least once a week, if not more often. But again, in this case, the reaction of the body is different. So what we tell our clients, do not get into like sauna or hot water or hot shower after cryotherapy immediately, because that temperature disbalance a little bit that's created during the treatment. It takes about 2 to 3 hours for the body to completely restore the temperature pre-treatment. And that is while the body keeps working, your metabolism is faster. And although we never market it as a weight loss treatment, because it is not, but it can successfully contribute to weight loss efforts if you're doing other right things. My first experience, for example, when I did my first 10 sessions for totally different reasons, and I have never been overweight, and I did not plan to lose any weight, but I lost 5 pounds in a week just through cryotherapy, changing nothing, because it's like a lot of work for the body to get back. And then if you are coming out of that extremely cold environment and jumping into a hot shower or hot sauna, you are cutting that process short, and you are eliminating those benefits that you just created. And we fight hard not to allow that. And then we have some people who come from different environments. I have done it before and I like it. And the feeling, of course, you like if you alternate hot and cold, and the body finally gets away with it all, then it's kind of tired but happy. But happy for totally different reasons, and we still look at it all not only as exotic experience, which it is, but we look at it as a therapy. It's a therapeutic experience, and for that reason, you have to follow certain rules to
like you
let those benefits kick in.
You got to go in there sober. I wouldn't go in there after a hangover or anything. So listen, if you're just doing it.
Oh my God. that is so funny you say so, because when I first moved to the United States, and one of my partners back then, as I explained, there was no cryotherapy existing in the U.S., and he had one cryotherapy sauna in his little office that nobody knew anything about. The one was head outside, the nitrogen cooled one. And the only guys I would see in the morning when I would walk into that office would be 2 or 3 Russian drunkards just back because it does help with hangover. But that was like the first clientele I have ever seen in the field, being on the business side of it. And then funny, of course, our public success started with 2 events back in 2011. One was Dr. Oz show, because Dr. Oz has a team of people fishing for exotic things and something interesting to talk about. So that was January 2011 when we were on Dr. Oz show, the cryotherapy chamber demonstrating it, and that famous question, hype or help or hype, that he asked. And then he, at the end of the show, said, it helps, and he explained it, and then a room full of women clapped happily, because that's how the show is organized. And that helped with publicity when it comes to general interest, because that audience of Dr. Oz is basically housewives, and not only, but largely. Yeah. And then that same year, a couple of months later, one of our very first clients and cryotherapy users in the United States, Dallas Mavericks, won NBA championship. And during the finals, there was a segment of secret sauce, how Mavs are recovering, being the oldest team in the league. And again, we had the chamber shown to the public, and that was the beginning of interest in the sports world. And that's largely the reason why we are where we are today, not only in the United States, but now also in the world, with growing popularity of whole body cryotherapy. It's because it picked up so rapidly with professional athletes. And America is full of professional sports teams, and now you will hardly find a team in football league or NBA or Major League Baseball or any other major sport where there is no cryotherapy device in their training facilities, recovery facilities.
All right. So listen, if you're just tuning in, we're talking about cryotherapy. We're going to take a break, and we'll be right back with Antra.
Hey there, Detox Jenny here. Is your digestion poor, painful, or just plain stuck? If so, please consider doing a short 3 to 10 day juice cleanse with my company, Earthly Juices. You can visit us at bringmejuice.com. You will be surprised what a difference a short cleanse can make within your body and your overall well-being. Our organic farm-to-table juice cleanses are handcrafted to exclude your allergies and geared towards solving your health issues. Call 310-404-6804 and mention this show and receive a free quart of juice with your first order. You can also find us at www.bringmejuice.com, or you could write us your detox questions at earthlyjuices@gmail.com. We can't wait to bring that juice to your doorstep.
I tell myself again and again, I'm happy about my favorite juice from Jen. I tell myself again and again, well, Earthly Juices, they make the best juice cleanse.
Hi, this is Dr. Nathan Rabb Jr., host of The Natural Way, which you can hear live on InnerlightRadio.com every Wednesday at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time and 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. On The Natural Way, you will learn about alternative strategies to common medical practices to overcome some of the most common physical and mental maladies in the world today. The program is a live call-in show, so you can engage me by calling 310-928-7733 with your health-related questions. For private consultations, please call my office. That's at 310-419-4372. You can also reach me on the web at Dr. Nathan, Rabb, RABB.com. Be sure to tune in to The Natural Way every Wednesday at 9 a.m. Pacific and 12 noon Eastern Standard Time, live on InnerlightRadio.com. The healing frequency. I'm Dr. Nathan Rabb. We see you on the air. Peace.
Historically, our ancestors lived 100% organic and natural, simply grazing off the green earth with fresh fruits and vegetables and blue oceans filled with seafood. Allowing your mind, body, and soul to be naturally healthy is how we were meant to live during this journey of our lives. We invite you to visit The Lifestyle Store. Once again, The Lifestyle Store, for all of your family's health and wellness needs. Simply click on The Lifestyle Store at www.createyourholisticlifestyle.com. Once again, www.createyourholisticlifestyle.com. Keep this in mind. Health is the new wealth.
All right, we are back. Listen, Archer, I wanted to cover this area here in the last 10 minutes we have. The physiological mechanisms behind the other forms of cold, including cryo-slimming, and discuss most of the beneficial ways of combining it with other wellness modalities to effortlessly make wellness your lifestyle and to achieve the results you may have not even thought were possible. Can you speak about that?
Yeah, sure. So as we started, like cryotherapy in general.
Oh, by the way, Dr. Brookh, welcome to the show. Dr. Brookh is with us.
Okay. Hello. So there are many different ways of using cold for therapeutic purposes, and it would all go under like a label of cryotherapy. So what we talked extensively about is whole body cryotherapy of today's understanding, exposing the entire body, and it is the most powerful of all these modalities just because it creates such powerful systemic effect of protecting the body from literally dying because that's the perceived threat, right? But if we look back thousands of years here, and we know cold was used on injured joints or as in just before, cutting something off or open because it would help with pain sensitivity reduction. So localized cryotherapy is still alive. There are much better ways of doing it in just cold water or short pack of ice. The modern devices are, again, temperature control is much better. The speed is much better. So we use localized cryotherapy particularly for injury management. Then today's big trend is cold for fat freezing or for stubborn fat elimination, for cellulite reduction and things like that. In that case, cryolipolysis is the process that gets engaged because fat cells do not like cold, and fat cell starts falling apart, crystallizing when the subcutaneous temperature reaches below 17 degrees Celsius. So those fat freezing and body contouring devices that are getting so increasingly popular today because it's non-invasive, it's painless, and it's very effective treatment, is applying cold to the skin surface with the purpose to reduce the temperature of the underlying tissue. Obviously, it's like peeling an onion. You cannot get very deep with one treatment. You can only touch the cells directly under the skin. But layer by layers, those fat cells get frozen and fall apart, and then you take a break and your lymphatic system takes care of them, and you are literally killing fats procedure by procedure and shaping and reshaping the body. And that works really well, although it takes a little bit of time and patience, especially if there is more fat, but it is extremely effective treatment for so-called stubborn fat in the areas that do not respond well to diet or exercise, like the famous love handles and some of the places on the body. So that is what we do. And then when it comes, I am not even touching upon cryosurgery, which is not our field, but if you read market statistics, you will see those billions of dollars, like cryotherapy markets today is this many billions of dollars. Those billions of dollars are largely medical applications and cryosurgery equipment, and there are all kinds of modalities, from freezing cancer cells to who knows what else. Our field, holistic wellness field, is, I would say, 10% at most of that big chunk that people love talking about. But cold is just one of the ways. And then when I was listening to the commercial break text, it was talking about things that triggered willingness in me to bring it up, that in our modern day environments, we as human beings are not physically stressed enough. Our bodies fall asleep. They lose their natural capacity to do certain things because we are never hungry. We always overeat. We are never too hot because we have conditioning. We are never too cold because we have heating. And we go from one controlled environment into the other, and we do not do those things that our ancestors' bodies had to do. So there were rich seasons and there were seasons when there was almost nothing to eat or very difficult to get, or when the people had to change from eating meat to just foraging and finding mushrooms and trying to feed the family, or winter when you are cold, and then summer when you are hot, and your body has those naturally embedded mechanisms of coping with all these changes, and they are very important. And suddenly we eliminate them all, and we sit all day and we don't move, and these things start changing our ability to react. So this is the reason why I'm telling all that is that we combine cryotherapy with other nature-based modalities and techniques. And here we can talk about infrared sauna, we can talk about oxygen therapy, where we need a little bit of pressure for the oxygen to penetrate the cells. We can talk about light therapy, like cryotherapy. There is localized, and there's whole body light cryotherapy. That's for cell energy production and cell health stimulation, and so on and so on. So the center I work with here in Dubai, we have 16 different modalities, all natural, all holistic wellness realm. And when we see somebody come in, we start always with what is the reason why you're here, what you want to do. Do you want to look better? Do you want to feel better? Do you have pain issues and so? And then we create protocols that would combine these modalities in certain sequences. Usually that's alternate days. For example, if we talk about hot and cold, I mentioned earlier that we do not want you to jump from cold into hot right away, because you cut your benefits off. You cut your treatment short. So, but infrared sauna has certain benefits, for example, for stress management, for inflammation reduction, for water retention reduction, for many other things. Cryotherapy has similar yet a little different. So there would be those cases when somebody comes and say, okay, let's do 3-4 cryotherapies a week. Let's do 1-2 infrared saunas a week, and after cryotherapy you can do compression, or after infrared sauna or before infrared sauna you can do light therapy. So we combine these things based on the benefits we are seeking, because there are overlapping areas, and then there are unique benefits for every of those treatments. And at the end of the day, our concept is wellness lifestyle, so that you don't need a doctor, you don't need literally anything else but healthy nutrition. And
amen to that. And so right now we've got 5 minutes left. Can you give out your contact information, how you want people to reach you? Please say everything twice. And her information is on our Facebook page, Create Your Holistic Lifestyle Show. Once again, Create Your Holistic Lifestyle Show. Can you give out your contact information, please?
Yes. So when it comes to email, the easiest way to reach me personally is write my name with 3 R's, which would be antrrra@gmail.com. Easy to remember. And then my cell number is 214, American number 235-8014, +1 in the beginning. WhatsApp works on the same number. So if you have any questions, as I said, I sit on 2 chairs. So one is business to business. If you happen to be in a holistic wellness space as a business owner or emerging business owner, love to talk. Maybe I can help direct you the right way to the right resources. Do it all the time. If you are in like that space where you are simply interested in living a healthier life, then it's a different conversation, but still I love talking about it. And holistic wellness has become my business, but also my passion. And the best thing that we can do is that's the best feeling. We see those people who came in, they were kind of in pain, or range of motion was not where they wanted to be, or their energy was low, or they were stressed out too much. And then we have those people coming in and out 3-4 times a week, smiling, happy, and doing the same things over and over again, and telling us how it has changed their lives. And there's nothing better than that. So that's one
awesome.
of the biggest rewards that one can ask for, and that is the reason why I'm telling everybody that this is my field now till the end of my professional life. I'm not going to change it. I have been in different businesses and done different things, but holistic wellness is not going anywhere.
We want to thank you for being on today, Antra. And
Absolutely.
and it's a pleasure having you on. Dr. Rabb, closing thoughts. You got a minute or so.
Yeah, it's very, very interesting. And, like I said, there was things that I had tried as a younger person, jumping into cold water and stuff like that. But what she was sharing there was very, very, very needed, and I'm glad I was here to hear it, because you can always learn more to be able to assist people, because I'm in the business of helping people who have health issues and that want to do better, and sometimes it gets kind of difficult because people want you to do miracles on them when what they need to do just find out how to get into the natural realm of life and stay there, rather than looking for something in the ionosphere. So anyway.
Yeah, all right. Dr. Brookh, closing thoughts. You got about a minute.
Yeah, we take our shower and then we end with cold. So we've looked into this a little bit. It's really valuable information, and it's just, once again, how your body works. It's good when we know how that is. So thank you for what you're doing and for sharing it with us today.
All right. Well, thank you for being on again.
Thank you for inviting
Antra.
me. I really appreciate it.
Yes, and I'll let you know when we have the show up for the replay so that you can have access to it. Want you guys to have a great week out there, and listen, share the show with someone. Try to learn something new, because you can only make your life better. Better quality of life, happier life. Take care. Have a great week, everyone.
Peace and love, everybody. Peace and love.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for joining us on the Create Your Holistic Lifestyle Show. We are a globally hosted show dedicated to sharing holistic lifestyle events, practitioners, products and services, and useful information. Visit our website, createyourholisticlifestyle.com. Once again, createyourholisticlifestyle.com. Of course, our Facebook page is Create Your Holistic Lifestyle Show. We will see you next week.
Namaste.